Today we're talking about when to put supers on. Hello, I'm Griff, welcome to Winning Griffith. Here we talk everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living. Now we do reviews as well. Now if this is your first time here, welcome. Please click that subscribe button, click that bell and hit that thumbs up so you're notified of when new videos are uploaded. And it's been pretty cold. The sun has been out and it's been really dry, but it's still cold. It's roughly 11:30 now. And it's only about 9 degrees at the minute, so a bit too cold to go through these bees. But that's not why I'm here today. I'm here putting more supers on. Now I've already been round. I put one super on everything already, apart from the hives where they were promoted into full-size hives. So nukes going into full-size hives, they still haven't got supers. But everything I've got, I've gone out and I put one super on everything. I would like to put 2 on, but I didn't have the space in the truck and I just wanted to go around everything quick. So this is my rule about supers. As long as the brood box is 3/4 full in the spring, then I put 2 supers on regardless of whether they need it or not. That's the rule. 2 supers on as long as that hive, the bottom brood box is 3/4 full of bees, put 2 supers on. And when I add the 3rd super on, that's when I start being selective and start looking into the top super to see if they need an extra super. Now the rule for super number 3 is, as long as the bees are covering half of the frames in that top super, then you put a 3rd super on. And that's the rule for the 4th and the 5th and the 6th. If you're lucky enough, 7th. As long as the bees are, it doesn't have to be full of honey, as long as there's bees sitting on over half of the frames on the top super, then you add another one. But early spring, as long as our brood box is 3/4 full of bees, then put 2 supers on. And that's exactly what I'm doing today. And I'll show you some of the examples now. We won't go into the brood box in this video, but we're definitely going to look at some supers, see if there's honey coming in and see where these bees are. So it's, you know, end of April. I'd expect to see these bees coming on pretty good now. I don't know how much honey they've produced with the weather being a bit cold and a bit dry. It's been definitely, we've had plenty of dry weather, so it'll be interesting to see what these bees are looking like. But don't forget those super rules, but we'll go through that on some hives right now. Let's go. Lots of Welsh black bees on this site. Don't want to get stung in the face. So here we go. Quite a large site. This site produced pretty good last year. We pulled 1/2 ton of honey from this site last year. Click the link in there to watch that video. So we'll start here. I think we know where they are. Welsh black bees flying around my veil. So we'll take a look at this hive first. More black bees. Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. I think you'd agree that this hive definitely needs another super. So let's smoke these bees down. Let's see if we've got a little bit of honey in April. Feeling a bit of weight. Oh, that's heavy. Ah, look at that. Full. Full to the brim. With spring honey. Not capped yet. Look at the bees pumping the honey in. They're still filling it. So they're out gathering as we're speaking. And they're bringing that liquid gold, like I like to call it. Bringing that liquid gold. Look at these guys. They are getting angry. But that's the difference between Welsh black bees and buckfast. Buckfast will not react like this. With that, can you hear that high pitch buzz sound? That's what they do when they get angry, and they want everybody else to get angry as well. So they sound the alarm, bzzz, and then everybody in the whole side, even the hive next door, is coming in on the action. And that's that noise, and they're releasing that pheromone now and making everybody aggressive down here. But even though that's annoying, I mean, we can control that quite easy. Watch what happens now when I get the smoker. Bit of smoke to them, bit of smoke to these guys, push them back down. Never be afraid to show the bees who's boss. And just like that, they are still flying, but that noise has reduced and they've cooled down a little bit. But the reason people think, you know, Welsh black bees being aggressive, or, you know, Apis mellifera being aggressive is a bad thing, it's not. You know, they've got a huge genetic code. They've been around for thousands of years. If these bees weren't good at defending themselves, they wouldn't be here. So, you know, that's just a natural defensive trait within the bee, and that's why they've survived all this time. I mean, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, you know, if you were keeping bees in an area and people like to go then steal bees, and, you know, put a couple of these hives there, they won't be coming back for more. Same with vandalism. You know, if you've got a site where people vandalise your hive, put some Apis mellifera down there, they'll soon sort them out. But back to supers. Definitely need a super on this one. Now that's the super given to them. Now, because that bottom super was that full, if I've got spare supers at the end of this visit, I will put another one on top of there as well. Because I might not get back here for 2 weeks. If the weather's really good next week, then, you know, they'll fill another box up easy. As long as we get this weather, the dandelion is out, it's peak time for it. So let's look at more examples and work out, do they need supering or not. So here's a good example of a super which is not really full. So the bees are there to there, so they're on most of the frame, but I can see these frames are more empty than full. There is honey there, but that is not full. So back to the rule, it's only got one super on. There's bees up there, I guarantee you 3/4 of this brew box is full, so they're going to get 2 supers today. That's my rule in spring, 2 supers straight away. But if the top super was looking like this, that would still qualify for another super. Doubling up, these 2 are nukes. Now, if you are wondering, I'm in a different suit. It's because I am in a different suit, because it started to get a little bit too spicy here in that jacket. The bees climbing up my back, almost going through. I did get a couple of stings, so I thought, I'm not gonna spend the next half hour here putting supers on, getting stung and bees crawling my back. So we went back to the truck and we changed. But Nonetheless, I'm still here doing the work. Let's take a look at this one. Not much activity there. So I will go in and inspect this one because something is wrong with this hive. But if this was the top super now, we'd look at here, the bees are only covering half of 2 frames, then this would not qualify for another super. But since we're here, let's go into this hive to see why they're not in that super. So here's an example. 1 super, second one. Let's see if they need a third. It must be good if I gave these 2. Yeah, full. Bees on the lid. Every frame is full. Capped honey in there. Things are looking pretty good, yeah. So here's an interesting example. Bees are only just on 2 frames. The box is full. Now, originally I thought, here we go, something wrong with this hive. Let's dive in. So I've pulled some frames out. Plenty of brood, plenty of eggs. Everything's healthy in there, but they haven't gone in there. Which tells me these bees have only just built up this week. They've come up to numbers now. They haven't really taken advantage of the super yet. But the big question, are we going to add a super on this hive? And the answer is yes, because the bees there are covering more than 3/4 of the box. That way they qualify for 2 supers in spring straight away. Even if they're not ready for it yet, we want the bees to feel like they've got plenty of space and reduce that swarming instinct. These bees on my nose, I can smell the banana smell. They're trying to sting me. That is pretty bad. Nothing a bit of smoke can't fix. Honey is coming in. Let's get those boxes. Right, last example coming up before we wrap this video up. Just lifted the lid on this. That is a queen wasp. 1 super, so they qualify for a second one straight away. But would this now, if this was the second super, would this qualify for a 3rd super? Bees are on over half easily, over 3/4. So they would. Well, that's it. Everything is supered up here now. And we need to go back, get some food, load the pickup up again, and do that all over again on another site. Well, that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And don't forget, if you like this video and you want to watch more of the same kind of content, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try my best to upload new videos every week. Thanks for watching.